morning. Okay. I decided to start the stream, and Gabby did agree because we're laughing too much here. This is too much for early in the morning for me. She is duct taping. She's actually package taping her phone. I should have had it going for the last 5 minutes because she changed the camera angle like 3 times. That is so funny.
I'm still taping over here. We got tape going on. It's the tape day.
Get rid of the computer. Are you putting it all over that beautiful iMac screen?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
If I could show you what I have this one.
You and Ed.
All right. This is an older iPhone. It's a 5 or a 4. I don't know. I think it's a 4 maybe. Can you tell?
Is that the 5 that you bought from me?
This is the no.
Oh no, you bought an iPod from me. That's right. No, you bought an iPod from me.
Yes, I bought an iPod. And Ellie has that. That's Ellie's.
Oh no, wait a minute.
No,
because I traded in my iPhone 5 when I got this monster.
Yeah, I bought that from you and I gave it to Ellie.
Okay.
So this is my setup. This is what you're gonna see. This is great.
Oh, you're gonna send a picture. All right. You know, I can actually. All right, folks. I'm doing something here. All right.
This died. I took a photo and it died.
Through the magic of technology, I can show you Gabby's morning Snapchat to me.
Oh God. They were great.
Versus the Snapchats I send Gabby.
It was good time. Is this a good angle? Are we good now? I know Chili's back here, but fuck Chili. I don't care. Chili, I love you. I just say everybody loves everybody. It's a love day.
Yes, it's a love day. Chili is the chinchilla.
He is.
In case you knew. But he sleeps
you
during the day.
Him yelling. He gets mad when I laugh sometimes, and he starts yelling, and I'm like,
he's so funny.
Be honest, Chili, really,
we can't see Chili. We can't.
No, okay, good. Yeah,
you can see me down in the corner. See, Gabby's on FaceTime with me. All right, there we go. All right, so through the magic of technology, I can share photos if you send them to me before we start streaming. I can actually still do it now, but that means I got to set it up while we're on the stream, and that'll be boring. But you know what the heck? We didn't say we were going to be exciting. We just said we might be inappropriate now and then. So how's your morning going? Did you bring the girls to school and everything?
Inappropriate to speak to friends. What?
How's your morning going? Did you bring the girls to school?
Yes, everybody got dropped off. Of course, there was the morning normal chaos of everybody forgot something, and I had to go back over there and fucking bring it over. But life happens.
How often does that happen?
That happens about twice a week.
Oh my God.
So you gotta know that at least one of them is gonna forget one thing.
Okay, so my guess is that they don't prepare the night before. They probably only get up with enough time to get dressed and run out the door, or they're too still asleep when they're leaving for school in the morning to have their brain be functioning enough to remember stuff.
It's 90% of the time it's Ellie. Michaela is very meticulous, and that she does not like any attention brought to her, so going to the office.
She doesn't like attention brought to her? Ellie.
Ellie does. Michaela.
Get your act together, Ellie. That's so funny. But I can't really say anything, Ellie, because I was probably the same way. Probably. I don't have a lot of memories because I blocked that part of my life out.
It's not Ellie, it's Michaela that doesn't like the attention brought to her.
Oh, Michaela, I'm sorry.
Yeah, 90% of the time, Ellie is the one who forgets her shit. And Mackie rarely does because Michaela does not like attention brought, so she's not going to forget her stuff.
Ellie, I apologize. Mackie, I will not say anything to you.
I'm going to attempt to send you the photo of my setup here.
Okay. Send it away. Just text it to me, and I'll get it on my phone, and I'll airdrop it to my iMac, and then I'll set it up in the OBS program that we're streaming from. Now, can you see the chat? Do you have that up on your? Because I don't.
Yeah, it's not letting me send you this. I don't know why.
Okay, maybe we'll save it for tomorrow.
What's your email? Let me send it to your email.
Oh, good Lord. Okay. Beady-eyed Beth, Beady, Eyed, Beth, yeah, gmail.com. And that, she says. This morning's tea, I'm having tea this morning, is brought to you by Gabby and Starbucks and New Jersey. And it's not showing the New Jersey. Oh, they only got New Jersey printed on one side? Man, they cheaped out. They cheaped out.
It won't let me set it. Oh, did they cheap out?
I am having Lipton English breakfast tea. Decided to skip. Oh, what do you have? Aspen! That's the one I sent you. Very
it's so
cool.
Pretty too. Look at it. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, they are. What are they called again? The Starbucks series?
The Starbucks. I would turn it over, but oh yeah, I can. You Are Here collection. Can you see that?
Yes.
So that's the one, and they make them. They don't make them from all the states and all the places in the world, but
no.
Like 40 or 50 of them, and right now I have one coming from Hong Kong.
Nice.
Because they wanted one from New Jersey. I was like, well then, I'll send you one. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I found out the hard way that they don't have them in South Carolina by standing online in a Starbucks, which I rarely go into. For 10 minutes, the girl was quite apologetic, and she felt my pain. She said, yeah, it's a tragedy. But they don't make them in South Carolina. South Carolina just does not rate with Starbucks.
Yeah, I'm guessing that people, it's just wherever the most popular places.
Yeah, well, probably where they make the most money and they get the most tourism, I'm thinking. So it's worth it to them.
North Carolina have 2 of them.
South Carolina, man, the people here are cheap. They're not going to spend money on a mug just because of Starbucks. What is that?
This is really good if you can find this.
Metro Mint.
Yes.
What is it? Is it just what? Mint flavored chocolate mint flavored water. Oh, you are an enabler.
Do you see? It has no calories.
0 calories is my kind of thing. Now, my sister Barbara, because she cares about me, back when I was starting my weight loss, and if you don't know, if you're watching and you don't know me, I've lost almost 70 pounds. And I did that in like 8 months. Okay? And I still have a few to go. Just a few, like 10 pounds, 10, 12 pounds, but I don't care. She sent me a case of these water bottles because I have a tendency to forget to drink and I become dehydrated and then all sorts of nasty stuff happens. So she sent me from Amazon this case of water bottles. And yesterday she said to me, because I told her I don't think I'm drinking enough water, set up 4 of these at night and have them out where you can see them. And then this way you can monitor your water intake during the day. You'll know exactly because you want to drink 4 of these a day, okay? They're skinny.
Yeah, that's
They're skinny. Okay, so I went and I set them up. And I still only drank a bottle and a half of water. But now I know what my water intake is when I'm not making an effort. That's a cool bottle. My water intake is way too low. So I kept looking at it and I'm going, oh God, I just can't. And I walk out of the kitchen. And I come back like an hour later and to make tea or something. I go, oh God, the water. I just can't. So I think I need like a flavor packet or something to make the water a little bit more enticing, at least until I really get into the habit of doing it. But I've got Barbara. I've got one out here. I only drank even less than 1.5 bottles yesterday. Barbara watches it in the video replay because where she lives is an hour behind us, so it's too early for her. But she'll catch it later.
Too early, yeah.
She'll catch it later.
I don't blame her. I wouldn't be watching that even at this time in the morning either.
Now she watched our 2 disasters, our 2 pre-record, the last 2 ones, our first ever, and she said it was very engaging. She said, not at any time did her mind ever wander. She said she listened and watched the whole time, but she said that our pictures are too small, and I said there's really no way to make them any bigger without cutting one of us out, unless we both did a vertical skinny side by side, but all you're going to be seeing are our bodies and the ceiling, and so who cares, But I said I thought it was going to be an audio podcast when we first started talking about doing this. I did not know it was going to be video. And so, folks, for right now, until we figure out something better, this is the best we can do. If you have a suggestion, can you leave it in the comments? Put it in the comments, please.
Please do.
If you're at the live chat, which I doubt you are because I think we have one follower and it's probably me.
It's me.
It's you. All right. And if my sister Barbara's following, then we got 3. Woohoo!
And I did get the notification on my little bell 10 minutes ago when we started that it started. And
good.
It is on.
So it's working out in my cabin. That's an excellent thing. That it's working out in my cabin.
Oh, that's excellent.
You see, because remember the first 2 I said I wanted to do it in the office because it was a stronger Wi-Fi. Out here in the cabin I have a Wi-Fi extender, which means it's a degraded signal and it's not going to be as strong, but it seems to be holding unless we look at the replay later and we see that we're fading out and it's dropping. But we'll know. I mean, this is trial and error. We're still new to this, folks, so please bear with us and give us your feedback.
Take a look at your screen. If you have it up as the live stream right now on YouTube, it looks like we're in the same room because your craft supplies are behind you, and then you can see mine behind me right here. See them?
Through the magic of technology. I see them. Yes.
I know. I'm actually reorganizing mine, so they're all in bins behind me. But look, they're right there.
Yeah, they're there. I see them. I see them.
They're all back there.
Cool. Yeah, that's one of the things we have in common.
Craft hoarding. Woohoo!
Oh my gosh. I think you're a little worse than me, but not by much.
Oh no, I'm a lot worse. Yeah. I don't know. You have a whole cabin. I don't have that. I just have these guys back here.
Well, just because you don't have a cabin doesn't mean you don't have a lot of stuff, in your house.
Yeah. No, I really don't have. I have a lot on my desk, and I have these bins behind me. There's like 1, 2, 3. There's like 5 or 6 bins back there that I'm trying to. And you
do a lot of paper crafting. Gabby does a lot of paper crafting. She likes to journal. She used to do a lot of scrapbooking. Now she's doing a lot of journaling. She does tell the people.
Yes. I do. I'm a planner person. I love my planner. So I have this on my desk every day, and it's just
cute.
a calendar, but inside of it.
Which one is that? I want to see the cover again. Can I see the cover again? Is that a llama?
It is.
It's a llama. That is so cute.
Michael, and I got it with a 40% off coupon. I think it was $12. So here, let's go. We'll just go to the middle of the journal.
I follow a lot. You do that, but I want to tell you something quick because I meant to tell you this the other day. I was on Instagram, and you got me a while back following a lot of people on Instagram, a lot of planner people. And there was one girl who had a picture of those gold large clips, the paper clips. She had 2 different types of llamas. They were adorable. I said, I got to show Gabby this. I meant to send it to you, and I think I forgot. It's the 1407 planners or something like that on Instagram.
I didn't do much this week, obviously. See, I didn't decorate. I was too busy with the girls to do a lot of that. But I also like to, I use a traveler's notebook, and I like the big, wide, fat one. And inside of those go these type of journals. These, I don't know, they're like paper.
They're like
pre-made A5 size is my size. A5. And so this slides into. These are the notebooks that I use for that. So here's one that I've been using a lot. You can see how much I've used it.
Oh, yeah. Can you off camera find a cool page that you want to show us so people can see what it is that...
Oh, that's just what I do. I go on a trip, and then I journal behind the photo. So this one was... We went to a great little restaurant and had Wiener Schnitzel. Yum, delicious. And that was... Baby, it's cold outside. That was in... This is an older page from 2005.
Okay.
And then I put, where we go. We went to an antique mall, and I got one of these little brochures from that, so that's in there. Let's see what else we can do. Oh, I have a good one. Let's see. I had a recent one that I had just done. We went on the underground mine tour in Sterling, New Jersey.
Oh, I love
so
it.
I have... it's hard to do it on the camera. I'm apologizing. So I did it like this. And inside of it on the side of it, I put a postcard. See, I just stuck the postcard on with washi tape.
That is a great idea.
Then I journal on the back of that, and then I keep the brochure because then I remember where I had gone. So what else have I done? Oh, this was when I went to New York City with my girls, and I had no hair still from chemo, which I love this photo.
Oh, look at you, Uncle Fester. You're a much cuter Uncle Fester, though.
Yes, my Uncle Fester days. You missed that. Right?
Well, that's what you used to call. She used to call herself that, folks. I'm not insulting her. That's what she used to call herself with when she had chemo head. Chemo head.
When I find little things that I find interesting, like ephemera, pop culture stuff.
I love that.
I found
Pop rocks.
So I'm using it I'll journal behind that, or put a photo on it, and then I fill the page in.
That is so cute.
I just do silly little fun nothing.
You see, now you're giving me some great ideas, because I have a bunch of travel stuff over the years that are just like thrown in my bookcase or stuck in a folder somewhere. And I probably would look at it a lot more if it was set up something like that, you know. You are born with the sixth sense and superb insight. Yes, you are.
Right. I know. I'm amazing.
Gabby the Mind Reader.
So, and this book started
I'm trying to find us.
This one started in February of 2015. And look, I have Baby Kitty.
Dr. Coconut?
Yes, and you see the Ace of Diamonds? I did this, like, really cool course with my friend. She's a naturopath, and she, like, excuse me, she does numerology also. And she did mine, and I happen to be an Ace of Diamonds. Is that the coolest thing ever?
That is cool.
So, yeah, you can go on. I'll give you the website. I'll link it below.
Ace of Diamonds. And I like the little love paperclip, too.
We'll link the website below so you can go get your card number from...
See, folks, we will enable you.
I don't remember right now, but it'll be down there, I promise.
We will enable you, yes, on this stream. I'm trying to... I'm not paying attention. I'm trying to actually get our stream on here to see how the chat works. Not that...
Oh, the chat is great. It pops up on the side.
It will?
And you say hi, and I said hi. So.
Okay, so you hold it horizontal like this, even though it fills the whole screen, you'll still be able to see the chat when it comes on?
Yeah, and look, here's Rabbi Kitty.
All right. Look at him.
That was the day I got one of my other ones. Like,
he used to be mine.
I mean, little things like telling about Valentine's Day and places that we've gone. Just, I journal and I love these. These are like my favorite paper crafting things. And now I like this size also, which I haven't started this one yet. But I love this notebook. I think it's a good one for summer.
How thick is it?
It has about 40 pages in it. It's very thin, but it's just enough for summer. Just for me to journal
That's
about
so
what
cool.
we did in the summer.
Do you ever do any kind of like decoupaging your covers or pages or anything like that? You do?
I do
that's
when
what I
I'm
would
done.
like to do.
Not before I'm finished, because then it'll get ruined. But like, this is what I do on the front. Then what I'll do is I'll get some crepe paper and I'll lay it over top and I'll decoupage over it and it'll make like a thicker, more resilient cover.
That's a great thing.
Yeah, pretty fun.
That's a great thing.
And I thought of you when I saw this.
Why?
See that? It's a folder that goes inside of the traveler notebook.
Oh, cool.
And I got these at Michael's.
Looks like
they're coming in a 4-pack. There's a yellow one, a green one.
It looks like a
purple one.
charcoal.
And then this face, which I thought
pastel.
was like amazing.
That looks like a pastel drawing. That is cool.
So it's Michael's has a whole section of this woman's artwork. I don't remember her name. It's not on the things, or I would tell you. But if you look over by their, it's like all by the paper crafting. They have washi tape, pens, watercolors. What else did I get?
Oh, is it that Davenport woman?
Yes, it is.
What's her first name? I almost bought her pencils last week. They had a great sale going on and I had a coupon. Ooh, what are they? All right.
These are rubber stamps from the same spot that I got these.
All right.
And feathers, and it says, find your wings, never stop dreaming, always free to fly, and then you are a free spirit. Girl, come on now. You know I am.
Yes, you are. All right, I got to go back then. I got to see what their weekly coupons are.
Oh, the weekly coupon's on the phone, but my phone is taped to my screen, so I can't. I'm like, oh wait, let me tell you.
I think it's time for you to go to Best Buy and find some sort of a mount for your phone so you can, use the kind I can't show you because the camera that's on you it's the kind where you can bend the legs. I got the bendy legs, and you can actually squish them together and just stick them over the top of your computer screen, and it'll stay. So this way you don't have to get adhesive all over your beautiful iMac Retina.
Well, this tape is
$3,000 computer screen.
It's not permanent tape. It's like the removable kind, so it's barely stuck to my screen. Plus the iMac screen, I don't know if you know it, it's like anti-static, anti-dust. Tape doesn't stick. I had to hang it over the edge. It's hanging.
Okay, that's good to know. I wouldn't even attempt it though. Ed used a fly swatter. Listen, last Black Friday,
okay,
we got a really great deal on a 4K 70-inch TV. Beautiful picture, huge screen, stick it in our living room. Okay, so let's see, November, December, January, February, March, April. 5-month-old TV. What is Ed doing? Killing flies with a fly swatter that land on the TV screen while we're watching it. I said, don't do that, you're going to scratch the screen. He did it anyway. In three different places. I'm thinking, okay, it's a plastic fly swatter, but plastic can get, especially cheap plastic, it can get little nubbies and little sharp edges on it and everything, and he's whacking the screen with it. Not flat, but, like swiping to get him down so we can stomp on the flies. Well, last night I went in there with my favorite wipes, my favorite Armor All glass wipes, which I love on my iPad and everything.
Yeah, that's what I use too.
And I scrubbed this screen, praying to God, and some of it was scuff marks, but none of them were actual scratches, and a lot of it was fly guts. But it all came off. I said, please don't do that again. He said he won't. But my God, I am so anal when it comes to my electronics and how to take care of them and not put stuff on the screens and stuff like that. And, Ed's just like, throw it in the pile, throw it in the truck, swat it with a fly swatter. He's just... My daddy taught me well on how to take care of electronics and that they are not to be, treated poorly. You're careful with them. These are... Redneck Ed, who grew up just one town over from me, not in a redneck area, in Long Island, New York.
Oh, he's a redneck.
Yeah, I think the South rubbed off on him. He's been down here a lot longer than I have. And he's lived in this area, and he's had workers who are kind of rednecky. And, they're real nice guys. They're decent people. But, they're more like country folk where we're not. So, I don't want to diss the rednecks because the ones that I've met have been really cool. They're like nice people. But,
I'm a Jersey redneck, so I'm allowed to say it.
It's just a different culture, different cultural kind of culture shock when you're not used to it and you move down here and it's in your face.
Is it a more laid back type of like community, less hustle bustle? People aren't trying to get I like that better than here. Colorado was like that.
I like it in some ways, and in other ways it irritates me because I'm used to the move kind of, especially when you're like at a checkout at a store or driving somewhere and everyone's kind of taking their time, and if you're not used to that, you see that as rude, whereas they see us as rude because we're trying to get everybody to rush. So I try to really calm myself down. See, when you're from the Northeast, wasting somebody's time is rudeness. And when you're from the South, not taking your time and being polite with a person and asking how your family is and how you're doing, and that's considered rudeness if you don't do that. So it's a completely different way of interacting. And so you can see the clash. You can see where Southerners think we're rude because we're so direct and abrupt. And we can see how they're rude because they're just taking up all your time in a polite way. In a polite way. They're being polite because that was the way that... So if you can just understand that about each other, then you can calm down a little bit and say, okay, they're not really being rude. This is just their conditioning. This is their cultural conditioning for how they were raised. You know.
It definitely is. It is. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I can see that.
So we need to be a little more understanding and forgiving of each other, I think. Or you can just be a hater and say, no, I'm not going to be forgiving. You're a jerk. Get out of my face.
I prefer the hater route. No, I'm just kidding.
Me, it depends on my energy level. If I'm low energy, I have more of a tendency to be a hater. If I have high energy, then I can be much more tolerant and much more understanding and forgiving. It all depends on the energy.
High energy and always very, I'm a very polite person, just because it's just how my personality is.
Yeah,
even when I'm upset, I'll just vent after I'm away from whomever I'm angry with or who's frustrating me. Because I see people, like, in this area especially, they are very impatient. This is like a Stepford area. Yeah, and the people that are, not everyone, but I'd say 90% of them are very impatient, very pushy, and very me, and I wasn't raised like that at all, so it's very hard for me to accept that. So I kind of like smile and nod, and I'm like, okay, you know, you just like do your thing, and then when I'm away from them and I go home, I like go in my craft room and I'm like, I want to kill somebody, so I take it out on paper. Yeah.
Crafting therapy.
Yes, I do. I will sit down and I'll write something, or I'll like say, all right, I'm going to go on SwapBot and find a postcard swap that I can do right now and decorate it and get it out. Like, I get all my frustrations out on paper.
That's very healthy. I take my frustrations out on Ed, which is probably very unhealthy.
I mean, I can't say that I'm not annoyed in the car. Sometimes I'm just like, on Snapchat, I will just be hilarious about what's going on while I'm waiting for Ellie. Can we tell
people to follow you on Snapchat? Can you give them your Snapchat? Because you add stuff to your story, right?
That'll be in the bottom too. My Facebook, Snapchat, everything is down there because I post a lot of funny things on Snapchat and people might really like them.
Okay,
so
we're gonna
Snapchat is
I'll add it to the, when we're done, when we were off air, we gotta say, okay, what did we say we were gonna put in the information below, then in the video description.
Oh, I've been writing it down.
We'll put a lot of
I've been writing that down.
Good. This is why you're the awake one.
Yeah. So yeah, we want to link that stuff in the bottom. But my Snapchat is going, and then number 4, greatness.
Going for greatness. All together. With the numeral 4.
Yeah, I'll show you.
I don't know what mine is. I think mine is Beth King 222. Pretty sure.
I believe that is correct.
But she has much more entertaining snaps, and she adds to her story, I think, much more often than I do. You can add me, but just don't have any high expectations.
Yeah, no, you'll get.
Yeah. If you have low expectations, we'll get along just fine.
Low expectations. Yours are pretty good though. Sometimes I'll get one from you and it'll make me laugh out loud.
Yeah, but I'm sending them personally to you. I'm not adding them to my story necessarily. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I got chastised by an ex-Meerkat streamer once, who we will not mention because she actually chastised me a couple times for a couple of things, and I am such a passive person. I was so upset. I was like, oh no! Like, I really got upset. I was very sensitive. Going for greatness. There it is on Snapchat. Add her. Barbara, our one viewer at the moment, my sister Barbara. Barbara's on Snapchat.
Yes, she is.
Yes, she is. Oh, all right, you've already got her. Okay. Yeah, this person from Meerkat, which is a live streaming app that no longer exists, and it was really a great app, and I'm really sad that it's gone, but, the investors were just not behind it because it wasn't making the money they wanted, so they gave it up. It's really sad.
That's because they didn't wait long enough. They expected overnight success.
No, what I heard was that they really had hoped to get some celebrities involved. And in that way, it would explode with viewers and users, and a couple of celebrities did, but then kind of gave up on it after a while. And so, for the little people, even though we had large audiences,
yeah, we did.
Some of them really did. I had like 5,000,
You had a lot,
subscribers.
yeah,
on Meerkat. But there was some that had 100,000. They just gave up on it, and it was really a shame. And I had hoped that some investor or some person would have bought it from them and taken it over and continued to develop it, because it was the best live streaming platform. Because you could share your stream with another streamer. They could kind of come in and take over your stream for a minute. That was cool. The chat did not disappear. It was a scrollable chat, so if you missed something, you could scroll back and see what somebody said. And that was my biggest pet peeve with Periscope and the other streamers, is that none of them had a scrollable, scrollable chat. And I know YouTube does and Facebook does.
Right,
but
do, yeah.
but I've had problems streaming on Facebook and YouTube when you're out on cellular data with your iPhone. It kept dropping. Meerkat for some reason would never drop. So there were just a lot of features that were just so cool, and it was a great community of a lot of great people. You had very few trolls. You had very few trolls until they opened the app up to Kurdistan, and then all of a sudden the Kurdistan trolls, they were just in there. They especially were very predatory. Now, and I'm not saying anything bad about the Kurd people. I have a lot of friends. Well, I have one friend in particular who loves the Kurd people. She's been over there several times, but there were some Kurdish men that, and there were no women on this app. No, I'm sure it had something to do with the religion, and they would not allow women on. The women probably didn't even have cell phones, that they could have the app. But there were some men, and I'm speaking from experience, okay? So haters, you did not experience this. I did. So listen to what I'm telling you. There was a handful of men that were extremely disrespectful to the women streamers. Because according to how they were raised in their religion, we were, and I'm not going to use the word that they used, for being on, and I did not show my face. My stream was my workbench where I was making rings, but they heard my voice and could tell I was a woman. And they were saying things like, lift up your shirt, okay? I'm saying it in a nice way. They were saying it in a not nice way. Things that were very disrespectful, and then they call you every name under the book just because you're a woman and you were streaming. And I did not get that from American men. I did not get that from European men. But as soon as the Kurdish men came in, that app went down the tubes. It really did. A lot of us women streamers were friends. Okay, yeah. And so we talked to each other, and we were in there supporting each other, and they experienced the same thing, and it was really a shame, because it was part of the demise of the Meerkat app, because it just all these haters came in and trolls came in, and it just went down the tube. So I don't care if you think that's politically incorrect, or whatever. I'm telling you, that was my experience, and you cannot tell me what my experience was. I'm telling you.
No, right, definitely.
And but there are Kurdish people who are absolutely wonderful, and from a friend who has firsthand experience and has been there and met the people. But everybody's experience is different. That was mine, and it was really unfortunate. So we're trying YouTube. We're going to see how YouTube works for us as a live streaming app, website, whatever, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so I think we should maybe do a Periscope once in a while too.
And Periscope has now, you can block trolls. For a long time you couldn't. For a long time you couldn't, and your viewers can actually report the trolls too. And and then people get to vote. Did this person say this inappropriate thing? And if enough people say yes, then they get booted. That's a cool thing.
That is.
That's a cool feature.
Yeah. Except if it's like somebody that you just want booted that's not a troll. Like teenage girls will do that kind of thing. They'll ruin it for other people because they get into this, well, she looked at my boyfriend, so we're going to get her totally booted. And then all of her friends get together and say, you report her and say that she said this, and this. And then that's going to, that's going to become
that's called abuse of power.
Yeah, because they do that on Instagram, I noticed. If they don't like something, they report their Instagrams. And then their Instagram gets taken down until they email them and say, I don't know what why is my Instagram gone? 2 times this happened to Ellie, who doesn't actually even have any drama.
There's a lot of jealousy between teenage girls. They see a girl who they perceive to be more popular or prettier than they are, and then the hate starts. Teenage girls, man, they're
At least
ruthless.
the dog
Ruthless.
so
Not all of
feel
them.
bad for
Not all of them. I was a meek and mild teenage girl. I was so shy. I was painfully shy and insecure. How were you when you were a teenage girl? Mm-hmm.
That's how it was.
That's how you were?
Yeah. I probably was a little bit more, I was a quieter, same extroverted personality, but I was a little bit more of a listener. But I think that was only like when I was 13 and 14. But everybody came to me for every bit of advice. I don't know why. Maybe because I had 5 older brothers and sisters, and they figured, oh, she knows. I don't know. But,
so you were the wise one.
And it's always been that way ever since I was really young. Even when I was in 5th grade, one of my neighbors came over and she was getting married, and she was like, I need you to help me pick the flowers out, and I need you to show me what matches. And I'm like, I don't look like I know what matches. I have on like striped socks and like polka dot. Like I was definitely not the matching kid, but people always have come to me for everything. So, it's fun, I guess.
I go to you.
I'm the same me.
I go to you.
I'll go to you.
Many times you are the first person that I will call or text if something is going wrong, not because I want to bring you down, but because I know that you will understand and you will help me, get me out of it or whatever, or just say, okay, calm down.
I'm not like an empath. I don't take people's emotions and like feel them. I just take them and say, look, this is how we could go and get this to go this way instead of this way. Right. That's what
And I think that's part of why our friendship works, is because I am very sensitive like that to people's emotions, and I will take them on, and you are just kind of like, okay, this is how it really is, you're not seeing clearly, and you'll be the voice of reason and wisdom, where I'll be like all over the place emotionally.
Or I get annoyed at certain people.
Right, and if you get mad, you get on with me, and I'm able to kind of bring you down and have you see. Yeah. So we kind of work really well.
Yes.
Like that.
Extrovert friendships are the best friendships. I'm telling you.
They are.
Because I need your calmness to bring me to the ground, and you need my energy to get you up.
As long as the extrovert is understanding of how the introvert is.
And I am.
I have some extrovert friends that are always kind of trying to draw me out, because they want me to be more extroverted, and it doesn't work, I love them. They are my friends, but no, that does not work with me. And you know that. You know my boundaries.
Yeah. So I'd rather join you in your comfort zone than bring you to mine, which makes you uncomfortable.
See, that's it.
That's not fun for either one of us then, if somebody's uncomfortable, and I'm comfortable anywhere, so it doesn't matter to me.
That's right.
Yep. Except for the certain people that I want to punch in the nose.
You're so violent. I love it. I love it. She makes me laugh.
Yeah, there are a couple people that really get me, and all they have to do is post something on Facebook, and I'm just like...
Yeah, she has some interesting. Every now and then she hits her limit, and you can tell in her Facebook posts that she's hit her limit.
I wish I was brave enough to just punch someone in the nose today.
Well, it's hard to punch somebody in the nose when they're on the internet, and they're far away, and sometimes that's a good thing. That's
it's a really good thing because sometimes I feel like if there's a bunch of people, if they live too close to me, I would not be able to deal with them. Small doses.
We've often said that we wish that we lived close to each other, but I don't think the world could handle that. They may not be able to handle this. I'm in South Carolina, you're in New Jersey. They may not be able to handle this because we found a way. We have found a way to be together.
We have.
And this is it.
Yep. This is a good way. I like this. This is a good morning wake up.
It is. And you know what? We have a tendency to let life get in the way, and sometimes our friendship gets put on hold for months. We've gone months sometimes without much, and then all of a sudden we're back together like we never were apart. So this
I saw you yesterday.
So this is a way to make sure that we're spending time talking to each other and still staying in each other's lives. It's a cool thing.
Yeah, I don't even remember like, I guess it's because of chemo, but I don't really remember 2013, 2014,
Yeah.
2015.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of that. I remember it. Like, I can't say I don't remember it because I remember it. But I don't remember who I interacted with.
Right.
And I can't tell you what I did, except for every Friday I went to chemo for 3 years. I mean, I remember that.
Our relationship pretty much survived through text messaging.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, for those years.
I remember when the chemo stopped it stopped in November of 2016. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was like, all right, I really don't know what I'm supposed to do with myself now. And I got really like anxiety-ish kind of. I don't really have anxiety like that. So I like started my swapping on the SwapBot thing, which
that
I'll
is
link
so
that
great.
below too. Really fun crafters website where people get together and they trade art that they make, or postcards, or
mugs.
Yeah, anything really fun. I'll link that below as well.
Yes, it's
and so I got involved with that, and now I have my brain back. So
yes, you do.
I do.
It's good to see your full functioning brain back.
I'm very happy, and I have to say that I'm gonna say that a lot of that is from my supplement that I take every day.
Yes. Tell people.
Yeah, I'll talk about that too. Thrive. It's by the company Level, L-E. I'll link that below too.
Okay, she's gonna link it. Okay.
And I have to say that I couldn't even remember two or three words from my sentences up until around the beginning of this year, and I started taking Thrive in February, and right around the beginning of April, I noticed I can speak again without too much of a hesitation in my voice, which is like, hey! So my brain cells are coming back. Chemo is a mother.
Yeah.
But you can do it if you have to. You have to. I'm a chemo coach.
It's attitude is a lot of it. Not from my personal experience. I've never had it, but I watched Gabby go through it. I know she's got a great attitude, and if you can maintain a positive attitude even when your body is falling apart, like she did, it helps you get through it much better.
I gained a lot of weight on the steroids. Yes. Oh God. Yeah. And I need to lose that. It's like I gained like 40 pounds on the steroids. Steroids. So that's going to take me a little while to lose that, but I will. I have been slowly. I lost 8 pounds in February, which fantastic for me. And actually, it was in March. No, it was in February. I lost 8 pounds in February. I lost 6 pounds in March, and I didn't check April yet because I only check once a month. Because I go nutty if I like gain a pound. Oh my God! And then I'll get really freaked out, and then I'll stop. So I just once a month I'll do it at the last day of the month and see how much I lost. I set my goal at 3 pounds. If I lose more than that, yoo-hoo! If I lose less than that and still lose some, still happy. But we'll see how it goes. So far, this Thrive is my thing. It's my thing.
She's been talking about it so much to me that I know it's a good thing. I haven't tried it, and no, we're not being paid or sponsored by anything that we are mentioning on the stream. We have no sponsors. Nobody's paying us money for anything. So if she says something's working for her, you can tell it's from the heart. She's not advertising.
Yes, no, we don't have any sponsors. I don't have anything to gain. I don't sell it. It's not a product I sell. I don't care. I don't get any money from it. I use it because it worked for me. Fantastic.
I'm tempted to try it. I really am.
You said you didn't really do the B vitamin very well.
There was something in it that oh no, it wasn't the B, it was the beta carotene. I have been doing a lot of, I can't really say it research because I'm just watching people who have done research and listening to people who have done research, where when you start isolating different things like carotenes, it can actually be a carcinogen because in their natural form in plant life, they're working in a synergistic type of way with other elements and other carotenes to make it a healthy thing. But when you start isolating them, taking them out, and just making a supplement out of that, it actually has the opposite effect and can be considered, it can work as a carcinogen. So that was what it is. I said,
Yeah.
I'll take it as long as it doesn't have beta carotene in it. And unfortunately it did. But who knows? Maybe there's something in that supplement where it's working in a synergistic way with it. And, you know. So, I mean, it all depends on how anal you are about things and how, you know, what your priorities are. Gabby's priorities are that it makes her feel good. And so she doesn't, if that other thing is true or not, it doesn't matter as much as that it's helping her right now with what she needs. And that's what's important to her. So.
Well, my other question is what, like, say if the carotenes are in there.
Yeah.
I also eat a lot of raw vegetables. So I'm wondering if I'm still getting the protein,
Yeah.
the good stuff, that, and just getting a little bit of an extra boost on it. I don't know how much is in there. I didn't really look at that. But this stuff is
the way
I don't know. I like
the way I look at it is that you gotta pick your poison. You can't worry about everything. You can't worry about everything. And
no, you know,
and if this is helping you, then don't listen to me. Don't listen to me because it may not work that way. It may, you know. I just know this is how I'm feeling for me, and.
Oh, absolutely. And I feel the same way. Everybody has to go research what's best for their body, like what works for you.
Or what's important to you, yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. And I had ovarian cancer 2 times, and I don't want to have it a 3rd time. So I'm going to keep going forward.
Well, it was the same cancer that just kind of recurred, right? In an area.
Yes, a tiny little speck, less than less than a centimeter. It was like 1/4 of a centimeter. It was very small. It wasn't attached to anything. It was a free-floating thing that they think
I didn't know that could happen.
Got lost.
Wow. I did not know that was even possible.
Yeah, it was in the middle of my abdomen where they had done all the surgery. Just this little, like, not attached to anything, just right there. And they were like, so they got it out, and sure enough, it was one little tiny little speck of it that was starting to grow that the chemo didn't obviously kill off the first time. So that's when they went in, took it out, flushed it with chemo again, closed me up, gave me different chemo, not as harsh as the first one. And now it's been, let's see, in June 21st, it'll be 2 years disease-free.
That's amazing. Now, the reason they took you off that second chemo protocol was because you had the recurrence? The recurrence happened while you were on it? Or, no, why? Oh, no, you were having...
Off of the other... Well, the first one, yes, because I had a recurrence, right?
Right.
But the second one I was doing was Avastin, which that's a really hard one. People are like, oh, it's not hard. Those are lies. No chemo is easy, just saying. Anyway, that one I got taken off of in November, the day before Thanksgiving, because my kidneys were not tolerating that medicine very well.
That's it. Yeah.
And they took me off it before the levels got to a point where it doesn't repair itself. So now they're repairing. They took me right to the brink of, like, this is not repairable. And I was like, right here. They're like, all right, well, your kidneys don't like it, so we're going to take you off. Okay. So now my kidneys can completely repair, and possibly if I need it again, I can go back on it.
Now, how often do you get the follow-up CT scans?
I get my CTs every 3 months. I have one more. I have I have one in June, and then if this one's clean, that'll be 2 years. Then I go to every 6 months.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah. So then I'll do 2 at 6 months, and then at the 3-year mark, if that's clear, you go to every 1 year.
What You see, that would make me nervous, though. I'd be like, no, keep it at 6 months. I don't want to let a whole year go by because too much can grow in a year. That's me. You know?
You know what they do? But the thing that they do, see, ovarian's really easy because if you have any growth at all, your blood test, your cancer markers for that exact cancer go up. So then they know, oh my gosh, she went up a few points. Let's see what's going on.
Okay. So there is still monitoring going on, even though the CT scan is all right. I could live with that.
For my blood tests, which after a while I will probably, if I want to keep them going every 3 months. Even if I have to pay for them, I will, because I need to live and be here for my children.
Yes, you do. And for me, because I will be very upset if you go away.
God, you're so fucking needy. No, I'm kidding.
How dare you die?
How dare you?
I'm having a crisis. How selfish would that be?
First.
I'm not a little self-absorbed, am I? Oh my god.
Don't make me do a spit take on my computer.
Oh
funny.
my god. Oh
No,
my god.
We are too great.
We're
So,
real.
yeah, so-
We're real with each other. That's why. We are real
I know, and
people
you're
saying
the
real
only person-
things.
Yeah. Like you are my like. I could just be my regular person. You don't care, and I
I
love
don't
that.
care because I'm regular right back, and we don't care. So that's why we're sharing our we don't care-edness. We don't care-edness with the world.
Yesterday was truth of that, right?
Oh my god. Yesterday! There's no such thing as too much information between us. No such thing. We are brutally out there and honest, and the reason we did not do the podcast yesterday is because I was having intestinal issues, and I will not give any more information than that to you watchers. But I was texting her while this was going on. You're not going to believe why I can't be on the podcast this morning.
Like, I think we're going to have to wait a while. I'm like, okay.
And a while turned into a longer while, and then it turned into, well, I got to go get the kids from school, and I was like, okay, well, maybe tomorrow.
I'm like, and then we're going to do I was going to do the Stepford talk. And
yeah, I was waiting for you to FaceTime me, and you were probably waiting for me to FaceTime you, and it just never happened.
What I'm going to have to do sometime is do that while I'm sitting there, because it comes to me when it comes to me. I can't pull it up. So I'll have to make a little mini video, and then maybe you can figure out how to tack it on to the end of this, or we'll just add it somehow, because it's hilarious when I have the moment, but I can't always get it.
Well, so if you FaceTime me and I'm home, I'll just answer on my iPad, stick the iPad there, and then start the stream. It's not, I plan on leaving this set up here. I may have to move it to the side, but, that was part of the reason why I couldn't get my act together in the morning, because it would take too long to plug in the cams and plug in the computer and plug in the microphone and make sure everything was running and all the cams, and it was like, I don't want to have to go through this every morning,
No,
So I'm going to leave the main setup here, and the only thing that I have to add is the iPad. So this way we can do more kind of like on-the-fly streams if you're not necessarily doing a morning stream or something interesting is happening.
Yes.
Like you're in line at school to pick up your daughters in line with all the other Stepford moms, and things are happening. Like that woman who kept getting out of her car, remember that? The woman in front of you kept getting out of her car, and we couldn't figure out why. And she's got me on FaceTime. We're trying to figure, why is this woman keep getting out of her?
She gets out of her car and, opens the back of the car, looks around at everybody, closes the door, and gets back in. And we're like, yeah, because that's normal. And she does it lots of times, and she has no dog in there. No kids are back there.
Oh, my God.
She just opens the back door and looks around to see if everyone's, paying attention to her, closes the door, and gets back in the car. She's a very needy, personality, I guess.
Do you think she's a little paranoid, the aliens are watching me? My sister has a neighbor like that, and we will be discussing that in a future podcast. We can't name names, though, and we can't let people know where my sister is, or people are going to start looking this woman up.
This is good. I love this. I can't wait for that.
See, the thing is, my sister tells me all the neighbors want to avoid her. I'm like, no, I'd be going over to talk to her. This is fascinating to me. I want to meet this woman. She's like, oh, no, you don't. I'm like, oh, yes, I do.
Yeah, we need to know her.
I need to find out exactly where this woman's head is at and who she thinks is following her and spying on her. And, and from what I understand, aliens have entered into this conversation. What is that?
It's a ghost.
Oh, it's so cute. It's a Thai ghost holding little...
We have to send the ghost over to her house.
Some strange things have happened.
One day I'll show this desk to everyone. It has a lot of weird things on it.
You're brave. You are very brave.
Yeah, my desk. Well, I have to clean it first, but, someday.
Mine is clean right now. I'm not showing it.
I made a postcard swap if you want to jump in it. I don't know if you have anything that goes, but it's called, what did I call it? The creepy...
I did see it.
Creepy postcard. This is the one I'm sending.
Oh my God. Creepy clown sitting next to a kid like a pedophile with his arm around him wiping his tears. Okay, that could be sweet and endearing depending on how you're looking at it, but because I don't like clowns, that is a creepy pedophile clown to me.
It's a Norman Rockwell postcard, so it's from the 40s. No, this is from 1922.
I love Norman Rockwell, but that is creepy.
1922.
Yeah.
Someone sent me this in another creepy
I'm sorry,
postcard swap.
No.
You're supposed to send your Oh, it was called Ick, send me the grossest postcard you can find. I got that one. I was like, yeah, that's pretty gross.
We went to, Ed and I just happen to have them here because I organized them the other day. This is something interesting, a little interesting to talk about. We went to a local auction here, which it no longer exists, and I'm very sad about that. And there was a box of old postcards. Okay.
Oh, I love old postcards.
Here's a stack of them. Now, these are the ones that are blanks, not addressed to anybody. I actually went through them and organized them the other day. And these are the ones that are, and these are all addressed to the same kid, who happened to be a 6-year-old kid at the time they were written. And most of them are from this kid's father, and some are from the grandfather, and they're all dated like 1991 to 1996. So,
okay, yeah.
Either the kid's father traveled, or the parents were separated, or something. Now, I don't have the heart to keep these to myself. I've been looking for this person online, and I think I found him on Facebook. Now, at one time, this kid lived in Ohio. At the time these were addressed. Now he's in South Carolina. And at one point he was in Mount Pleasant. Now he's, I think, up in the northern part of the state. And I found him. I'm pretty sure it's him. And I'm going to contact him. Now, it's very possible that this kid, this now man with a family, let these go. Maybe they brought back bad memories of a father who was not good to him or something.
Right.
Or maybe he had like a bitch of an ex-wife who had some of his stuff left behind and said, I'm getting rid of them, they mean nothing to me, and got rid of them. So because I don't know the story behind these, I'm at least going to make the offer. Do you want these postcards back? I will send them to you. If not,
that's so nice.
If not, I will not. I probably still won't get rid of them because maybe someday he'll change his mind. But, because that's part of the reason I'm a hoarder, because I'm very sensitive like that. And I get emotional attachments to objects and I can't let them go. So I'm probably going to do that very soon and just send him a message on Facebook. Say, hey, listen, I was at an auction and these were included in a box of stamps and postcards and some ephemera that I got, which I'll show you. It's very cool.
Cool.
Do you want them back? I won't even ask them for postage. It's not going to cost much to send them these. And this is somebody's memories of their parent.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are dinosaurs. The kid obviously loved dinosaurs. I think most of them, almost every one of them is dinosaur postcards from the 90s,
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to do that. And then here's the ones that are not. I showed some of these to my sister Peggy when we were on FaceTime the other day. Ephemera. So one of these is like from 1914, but look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Can you see it?
Yeah.
It's good. There's a delay from where I'm going to show you over here on FaceTime. Hold on. So you're.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I have one of those.
Here's another one
I
with
think it's a new one.
the bird is actually fuzzy on this one. It's an illustration where the bird is actually kind of fuzzy. It's like, raised and these are old, man. These are the ones that are not. Look at this. This is a greeting card from, I don't know what year this is, and it's not signed and it was never filled out, but from an ardent admirer. Look at this design from an ardent admirer. This is like so old-fashioned. I love it. I love it, and it's got a little pop-up.
Oh my God!
It's got a pop-up of this woman who reminds me of Elmira Gulch from The Wizard of Oz. Look at from an ardent admirer, and inside, what does it say? Your only chance. So this is your only chance for meeting this ardent admirer if this person sends you this. But if it's a woman to a man and she looks like that, I can't imagine he's taken up on the offer.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm gonna pass. Yeah, but you never know. Back in the day, that might have been the look because remember, Elmira Gulch did look like that.
I can't imagine anybody thinking Elmira Gulch was ever hot. I'm sorry, unless you got some really strange taste. Unless you got some really strange taste. Maybe you're into some kinky things. But we won't go there. All right, I just want to show you.
I have to remember, I forgot to write the very first thing down that I said I was going to put it down in the comments.
Calling cards. Some of them are handwritten, some of them are type printed, but back in the day, people, when they wanted to introduce themselves, would give you their calling card with their name. And back then, there were no phones, and back then, there was no email, so, they just wrote their name, and, this is where I live, and whatever, and, at least you knew who they were, and you could say, okay, I knew who this person is, I met them, I have their calling card. But some of them, you can see they were done in dip pen and ink, dip pen, because of...
most of them were back then, yeah. I have of those from the 40s.
Yeah, all the handwritten ones are in dip pens. So these are pretty old. Now, this is somebody's collection that they just got rid of. Look, I love the old advertisements, the old ads.
Those are worth a lot of money to some people.
Some of them are.
Check them out.
This one has got some faded ink on the back that I can't really, I need to get my good reading glasses. But this box was just filled with that and postage stamps, which are already in my stamp book. But this box top of stuff is what we got at the auction. And there was one guy who was fiercely bidding against me. And the higher I outbid him, the more angry you can see he got. Now, I was not doing this on purpose. I really did want this stuff, and I didn't care. Ed was like, the sky's the limit. Go ahead. You want to spend money on this? Whatever you want to bid. And I don't remember what the ending price was, but I ended up outbidding him. He gave up, is what it was. He didn't want to go any higher. And then after it was over, he came over and approached me. He said, there's just one sheet of stamps in there that I want. And I'm saying, well, the stamps are why I bid on it, too. He wanted to buy the stamps from me. And I was just like, no, I'm sorry, because the stamps were... he was figuring if I wanted the postcards, maybe I'd sell him the stamps, and which I would have been willing to do. But I wanted the stamps. At the time, the stamps were the more important thing to me.
You should look up those stamps and see. Did you look them up and see if there's anything worth anything?
Yeah, I did. And they really weren't worth. They were worth. He could buy them less online for a sheet of stamps than what he offered me. And at the time, I didn't realize that, or I would have told him. But some people still in this day and age do not shop online.
No, older people especially. Like 60s, those people that are...
Yeah, well, he was about my age, but, I think older... I've been a computer geek since the 90s.
Yeah, definitely.
And I realized that there are a lot of people my age who were not, and do not, so these were the stamps. I'll show you the stamps. They were like Pueblo art stamps, and it was a whole unused sheet of them that he wanted.
Oh, yeah, I see them, yeah. I've seen those before.
Okay, yeah. He wanted those in particular because I think he said his father was into pottery. And that's why he wanted, and I just apologized. And I said, I'm sorry, no, because that's why I wanted those stamps.
Yeah.
I would have felt sorry for him, but, I wanted them too. So, that's why I bid it up. And that's why it went as high as it did, because there was more than just these stamps in that box that I wanted too. There was several sheets of stamps in that box.
And you can actually use them to send letters and decorated mail and all that.
Yes, and I'm going to. I'm not a stamp collector. I am a mail art kind of person.
I'm not either.
Yeah. Have you seen the new Wonder Woman stamps? They're really cool.
Yeah, those are cute.
I actually sent you the last swap bot. I put one on that envelope.
Oh, did you use one of those? Cool.
Run to your local post office if you're into the comics and Wonder Woman, because these are just really cool.
I just got
Wonder Woman.
I got these new ones. Oh, those are nice too. What else did you get?
I got those, and I got... Good Lord, I don't remember. What did I get? Oh, the JFK stamps.
Oh, okay. I saw those there. I didn't get those. I got... These were fun. These were out for a while. These are new. The new hand cancel.
I'm such a nerd.
Non-machine.
Ooh. I didn't see those at my hand canceled.
Yeah,
now, how much? What's the value?
51.
Oh.
I think 51 cents. And then I got these. These are space. They're 4 stamps on the little sticker thing.
Yes.
And it's Pluto.
Pluto Explored. My local post office still has these, and I've used quite a few of them.
Those are cool. What are those?
Views of Our Planets, it's called.
Wow, those are nice.
And I've used quite a few of these on things that I've sent to my grandsons.
Oh, those are nice.
Because at one time, Eddie was really into the solar system and the planets and everything. He was learning the planets, and I just,
He's smart. And I got these, too, for international swaps.
I got those, yeah. Yeah, those are the dollar ones, right?
Yeah, $1.20, I think, or something like that, yeah.
Are they forever, or are they always only going to be worth $1?
No, they're forever.
They are, okay.
Yep. I love forever stamps because I don't always use them right away, and so, this is one of my points, that I don't always use them right away.
Oh, those are cool. When did they come out?
These were from last October, this year. Your post office might still have them.
Nope. Maybe if I go to our main post, I could probably get them online. But you know, when it comes to visual stuff like that, I want to see it in person.
Yeah, they're cool.
I
And
want to hold it in my hand.
These are from what are these from?
Behave yourself.
I don't know, but I've had these for a really super long time, and I had them folded in a book, and I just found them, so I'm going to start using them. Aren't those cool?
Oh, Disney, Mickey, Fantasia?
It's Disney Magic. Yeah, that's Mickey Fantasia, yes. And Peter Pan.
Oh, cool.
Aladdin. I love these.
Those are cool. I'm going through, Ed gave me a book of stamps of his, and these are canceled stamps. But I just happened to be flipping through, and I saw some old JFK stamps.
Oh,
look at these.
Are cool too. Oh, wow. Are those postcard stamps?
These
were they first class?
I don't know. They look like they're in another language. Wait a minute.
Ooh.
I don't have my super strong readers out here. Yes, I do. These are for when I'm doing close-up work, and I gotta hold them like here. All right. Something in dependencies. Sarja and dependencies. It's not U.S. They got Kennedy on a non-U.S. stamp. That's weird. Yeah, and it's in another language. 75 1 RL, 3 RLS. That's the value of them. So I don't know. But some other country put Kennedy on their stamps.
If you send me a picture of that on your phone, I'll tell you what language it is. I know all the languages. Let me see. I don't know if I can see it really well.
I'll hold it up to the iPad.
I can't. No, it's too blurry.
Yeah.
I gotta take a picture and show me.
It's just really bizarre that maybe they were honoring Kennedy. I don't know.
Yay, that was an organizing thing that I needed to do, and I just did it.
Stamps are
Thank you, people, for being patient with me now.
Has anybody said anything in the chat? Is my sister Barbara here, maybe? Probably not. She's probably still... No.
I'm the only one that's watching
by
us
her.
right now.
Okay. She is... And I'm watching us, too, on my phone.
Oh, do you know if you have any map cards from... In South Carolina? Do you have any map postcards? They look like maps. Like, you know, like a map of South Carolina. Like, this is the U.S.?
Yeah, let me look.
If they have those, grab me one, and I'll send you some from here.
I'm looking.
I'll send you New York City, New Jersey, Pennsylvania.
Did I send you? I might have sent you one from when I was visiting my sister in Missouri. I was sending out a lot of postcards there. I had picked them up at the airports that I stopped at.
I still have them, yeah. But it didn't have any map cards. There were no maps.
The only one I thought I had a map of was like Texas. Oh, you sent me one. I was going to say, here's a Jersey Shore one. You probably sent me that.
Yes, I did. Yep. Yeah.
I'll send it back if you want.
They don't make those anymore. Those are gone. That was last year's.
Ooh. Yeah, these are all from you.
I got some to send you. You want to see them?
Yeah.
All right. I got you a few when I was at the shore. I got you this one.
Point Pleasant Beach. Cool. That's like a watercolor.
I know. I love that. I got you. This one. I love this one.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
That's the boardwalk. That's one of
the rides. Yeah.
I got you this one, the swings. This one's really pretty.
Oh, that is cool. Look at that.
Isn't
all
it?
The decoration on.
I got you this one.
Jenkinson's Boardwalk. Okay. Did I send you this Route 66 one? That's a map.
And this one I got you, too. Yes, I have that one, yeah.
All right. Long Beach Island, New Jersey. Cool.
Yeah, I got them in the mail for you today. I just got them for you when I went to the beach on Easter.
I think whenever I get a postcard, I always buy a couple and I always buy you one. So I think any postcards I've got here to show you, you probably already got.
Absolutely, yes. You probably already sent them to me. I'm going to pop these in today's post and get them out to you.
Do a swap
So I
for it. Let's get credit, man. Get credit on SwapBot. Just, do whatever you want to send me, do a SwapBot, and I'll send you one back, and we'll get credit on the website. Because
postcards in an envelope.
on SwapBot, you give each other stars and hearts, and you rate each other, and then, because there was a swap I wanted to join that you had to have 5 level 3s, and I'm thinking, didn't we just do 1? I've only got 1 level 3 under my belt. We got to do more level 3s, so I can join some of these other swaps that only allow level 3.
All right, then let's do a small.
And we can do more than 1. Just give it more time. Put a couple up there, and I should really do some too. I'm making you do all the work. I should learn how to create swaps.
I can teach you how to do that. That would be fun.
Yeah, maybe one time when we're on a private FaceTime, so people don't have to sit here and be completely bored if they're not into it. This is a postcard I drew. I think I showed this on one of my other streams. Colored pencil mostly. You've seen this a million times. Yeah, I got to send this out to my pen pal in Canada. She sent me this card blank, and I colored it in with colored pencils and painted the background.
You were so bad that you haven't sent that yet.
I know. I'm just slow. I mean, I'm good at getting this stuff done. I'm just not good at actually sticking it in an envelope and sending it. Oh, somebody's trying to call me. I can't right now. I'm gonna let it go to voicemail. I don't think he's ever going to see this podcast. Somebody I'm working with.
I love Peg. Oh, that's who it is.
Nah, yeah.
She's working, folks. She's working hard.
Working for no money. It's a volunteer thing.
Yeah, but you never want to do it again.
Well, there's always more work in the beginning when you start something. So it always ends up being like, oh God, why did I do this? But then you hit your stride, and a lot of the main work is done, and then it's just maintenance. After that, it's just maintenance, and the maintenance is the easier part. But in the beginning
is fixing what the person before you freaked out.
The person before me did not exist, so not in a very long time. So it was a lot of getting things started, and then the person who eventually replaces me will have it much easier, because I will have set everything up and hand them over a loose leaf binder with everything in it, and all I got to do is just maintain. But
that's all. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, I was kind of thrown into this with no guidance whatsoever, and I had to kind of find my way through it.
Yeah, but you're doing great.
I've gotten a lot of positive feedback, so yeah. Hopefully I am.
That's good. That's good to know.
Yeah. It is. It's for the good of the community.
It's for the greater good of the people.
Yeah. What are you working on? I see you busy.
Oh, I'm just decorating an envelope for you.
For me!
Yeah, I stuck those postcards in there so I wouldn't lose them. Then I'll just make the swap for it.
I can tell you part of the reason why it takes me long to send stuff out is because I'm not good at just slapping on stickers and stuff. I got to hand draw doodles and stuff like that, and I'm like, that takes time.
I don't like doing that.
Yeah, so that's another way we're different. But I slapped a sticker on the back of yours. It's kind of like an envelope seal that you haven't gotten yet.
Okay. I'm like, I didn't get that yet.
It's coming through regular first class mail. It's just that it's an envelope. So it's got stamps on it. So South Carolina first class mail is slow. Even just standing within the state, you're supposed to get it the next day. Sometimes it takes 3 or 4 days within the state.
Why? That is so
Our
weird.
postal service down here, well, it goes back to what I was saying in the beginning of the podcast, and we'll just leave it at that. Come on, South Carolina, get with it. You're like 40 years behind the rest of the...
Get with it.
40 years in so many ways behind the rest of the country. Come on, let's get moving.
You know what we should do? I have a really fun one we should do. We should do a Etsy wish list swap.
Yeah. We'll just put a dollar amount on it, so it's even. Everything has to be in balance. $10.
Yeah, something easy.
And then you don't have to package it. You can just send your shipping address. The other person's shipping address. Yeah.
That's it.
And it's still a surprise because you don't know what the other person picked, right?
Right, and you have a whole bunch of things on your wish list that you might want, and if you look at my my profile, my Etsy wish list is linked right at the top of my profile.
How convenient.
They have it so you can put your website there. You should do that because a lot of people network on here. There are some amazing artists on this website that you will probably fall into that group, I'm sure, and then you'll be like in your heyday because they like do mail art, like you like to do the mail art and make there's a mail art group.
Cool. Yeah, but then I'll feel intimidated because everyone's so talented.
No, don't, because
I'll jump in.
It's all different levels of people, so sometimes you'll receive something from a person that's not as advanced as you are, and then you send to somebody who is more advanced than you are. It balances out really well.
Okay.
And sometimes I received this Alice in Wonderland envelope. I put it away, so I can't get it right now, but she stamped it, embossed it, and did watercolor painting. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh wow. I'd love to see that. Have that on your desk for the next stream.
It was incredible. It was so beautiful.
Put that on your list for the next stream. Show Alice in Wonderland card.
Oh, yes.
Put that on your list.
I'll find an envelope that somebody made. Just incredible. I will look for that when I get off the phone with you here.
Part of my problem is that I don't have a plan. I just sit down and I just start and go with it. That's the way I kind of do art.
But one nice thing about it is that the art, most of the envelope mail art swaps are whatever comes to mind.
Yeah.
You don't have to. Sometimes they'll post one that'll say butterflies. All right, well I have butterfly stamps and I can watercolor them in and make them pretty, or it'll be like Disney themed, or it'll be like beach themed, or seasonal themed. Like there's some of them are your free choice. You can sign up for whatever you want.
I got this rubber stamp years ago, and I know I showed it to you at one point. You may have forgotten because it was many years ago. It's this wizard. Do you remember this guy?
Yep, he's beautiful.
You're going to be seeing him again. Very soon. Very soon. I just love this. It was on clearance. I'm like, why is this on clearance? I love this doggone thing. I gotta get more stamps. I don't have a lot of stamps. I gotta get to the clear ones because I like the idea where you can see through it and line it up and set it up better than you can when the wooden block is you don't know where it is. You know how you have it placed. I like to. There was a woman I saw, and I know you know about this because you're a stamping person, on YouTube. She was using clear stamps on some sort of a machine where it was a clear front, and she would flip it over onto the.
Oh yeah.
It was a machine, and there was a name for it, and I can't remember what it was. It was like you put your item, your card, or your whatever you're stamping on the base, and then it had a clear cover where you'd stick your little clear stamp onto it, and then put it on that way. You could kind of like preview it and line it up if you were using more than one stamp and everything. And what's the name of that machine?
They have them at Michael's. It's like a physics type machine, but it's for those stamps. I don't have one of those, but I know what it is. Yeah.
See, for those of us that are not very accurate with our stamping.
And I have a few of the stamps that have those. Cool. I'm trying to see if I have them out, because I have this one out. That have the metal template and the rubber stamp, and it's used for that machine, but I don't have the machine. But I bought it because I love the stamps. Okay. I was like, I love these stamps. Oh, look at that. But no, I don't have them out right now.
I like nature stamps. I like any kind of leafy thing, flowers, that kind of thing. And there's also this woman who, it's a designer. They sell them in Michael's, and it's a whole line of clear stamps, but they're expensive. Even with a 50% off coupon, it's more than I want to spend.
I know who you're talking about. That's the same woman that did.
No, this is over by like the Dilution stuff. In that area where they've got the rubber stamps, it's not in that other woman's area.
Well, this one, she's all in her own spot, and most of her stuff is rubber stamps, and her own like style of like a bunch bunch of rubber stamps, her own watercolors, her own colored pencils.
Yeah, that's it. But this, I think, is different from that woman. I don't know names.
I need to go look because you know how I am.
Me too.
I need to know. I need to be
We
in the
need
know.
to know. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, by the way, because I'm spazzing, Michaela's fucking yearbook was $95.
What? Are you kidding me? Wait a minute.
$95 for a yearbook.
Wait a minute. She's not a senior. Why do they have a yearbook for freshmen?
Well, this is how the schools make money now. Every grade from kindergarten all the way up have yearbooks.
Give me a break. That's what class pictures are for.
Yeah,
Give me a break.
I've gotten the little kids ones were fine. They were like $15. Didn't care. I'll buy you a yearbook because
So you
want
gotta
to get their little friends. Oh my God! Now that I'm high schooling, $95, and that's not with her name on it. That's not with the fancy cover. None of that. If I wanted all the extra stuff, it would have been $150.
That's
yeah.
insane.
So her senior year, I'll let her get her name on it and all that. And I'm not doing that now.
Now, I wonder if that's like across the board for the entire United States, or is it because of the area you're in?
I don't know, but it's by Justin. They're the ones that did our high school ring. Remember them?
Oh,
Jason
wow. Okay. I guess prices have gone up. But every year. Come on.
Inflation. So I'm glad I found this because last year I got her yearbook. They tried to tell me I didn't pay for it. So I had to go in my emails for like months and look back and try to find it. This time I just printed it out and put it in my planner because I'm not going to put up with that. They love to rape people for more money.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. I have one child and I'm an empty nester. So it's been many years since I had a kid in school.
I found it. There it is. There's the metal parts that you emboss with, and there's the stamps.
Oh, I love those. I love the diamond. Look at that. That's cool.
Aren't those neat? I don't have the machine to use for this, for the metal, like the embossing part.
Okay. But
I think I could use my handheld one and just slide it in there. Now, this is neat. Look at what they show you on the back. Can you see that?
Okay. Yeah, I see it. They're showing you, like, ideas of how to do it, like make it 3D?
Yeah, you cut it out, you
two-dimensional?
stamp or emboss it, and then you can make a sticker out of it, which I think that would be fun. But I actually just bought them for the rubber stamps because I use these a lot. Okay. I was very happy that was right there where I thought it was. Usually I have to look for stuff for a long time.
I know, me too. I mean, it's just such a mess. This is just too much stuff. Too much stuff. Too much.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's it.
that is that.
Yay. So.
You know, I was going to make a list of topics, and I'm thinking, well, maybe we should spread them out over the... Because we've been on here a while. We can end it unless there's something else you want to talk about. Or something else you want to do. It's up to you.
Are you watching us too, or no?
Yeah, I've got it. I've got us on here. It says a delay.
Because I'm watching, so it says 2 we're watching, so it's me and you.
Yeah, that's it.
We are so freaking popular, I can't even think.
Hey, we just started.
I know.
You know, if we did this on Facebook, we'd have our friends tuning in. But I don't necessarily want that.
No, we have to.
I don't necessarily want people I know to see this. Huh?
I think it's important for us to do that a couple times. We need to do that.
Well, what we're going to do, I think, is I made us a Facebook page.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to put the links to our podcasts on there so our friends can catch it in the afterwards. They can see the recorded video, and then maybe, that way they'll find us. But I don't want to be advertising to my friends. If they find us in a roundabout way, I'm more happy with that, because then it's people who really want to watch it, not just because you're kind of forcing it down their throat, No,
right. But I think that if we just, I don't know, I think they would want to watch it anyway.
There's a couple people that I think would tune in on a regular basis. I know Sandy would. She's very loyal, but it may be too early in the morning for her. She has morning chores that she does. I think once in a while Robin might pop in because she's both of our friends, but it's real early in the morning for her too because she's on the West Coast.
Yeah, but she's up.
And I think one or two of my sisters may pop in every now and then or catch us in the replay.
Yeah.
And but I think for the most part, I don't think there's nobody I can really imagine who's one of my Facebook friends that would probably be here on a regular basis. People have lives and, they do stuff, or they're just not technologically inclined, and it's just one more thing they'd have to figure out,
They can catch up on the rebound.
I can imagine that we're probably going to get a lot of people we don't know viewing once we've gotten this going.
Yeah, I think that we need to do a morning, maybe once in a while of you doing something with it angled down with this coloring, or you're doing some crafty stuff and we're talking about it. And maybe I can teach people some of what I do, maybe for a few minutes during a couple of them. That might be a fun.
Yeah, I mean, we can do all different. It doesn't necessarily have to be just our faces or whatever. I mean, I don't necessarily. Yeah, I don't want to be showing my face every day. Not every day, but yeah, and there'll be times where I'll probably just put my picture up there instead, if I'm having a particularly awful morning.
Yeah, when we're having bad hair days, which I have every day. Look at this.
I'm not having a bad hair day as much as I am puffy today. I woke up I probably had too much salt yesterday. And I'm thinking, I'm having a puffy day. I don't know if I want to be on here, but here I am. All in my puffy glory.
I like puffy. Puffy's good. It's better than what I have, which is sunken in, because chemo sucks all of your nutrients out. So you get dehydrated, and you don't, even when I have salt, I don't get puffy.
You said dehydrated. Look, Barbara, I'm drinking my water. She said dehydrated, and that reminded me. I gotta drink my water. Must keep hydrated.
Barbara, I finished 16 ounces during this podcast. 16 ounces. Be proud of me.
I gotta find out how many ounces this is. I'm just curious how much I'm expected to be drinking every day.
That's about 16 ounces.
You think? Yeah, yep. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right.
It's 16 to 20, depending on how fat the bottle is. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a real skinny bottle.
Yeah, like this one.
Yeah, they look like they're about the same size.
Yep. This is so good, and I'm going to try to make it myself by putting a little bit of peppermint extract in here and a little bit of my chocolate extract and make my own, because it's so good, but these are expensive. It's like $1.50. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. But these are really good if people want to try it. I loved it. Metro Mint chocolate mint flavored water.
All right. I think we've kind of hit our limit. I mean, there's more stuff that we could talk about, but, this was supposed to be short. These were supposed to be short podcasts, and we've been talking a while, but we're going to hit our stride soon with these and figure out what we're doing. And do it the right way.
Yep. One day we'll be organized, and then we'll be like, oh my God, we're organized. What do we do?
I had a mental list of things that I wanted to talk about, and of course that was yesterday when we didn't end up doing this. And it just kind of went right out of my head. So I've got to start getting better at writing things down. So you stay on here. Stay on here with me, because, I need your list of things that we're going to put in the description if people are catching this in the video, after the fact. And so I'll end the stream now, but I'm going to wait a few seconds because there is a delay, but thank you for watching us in the replay, because I know you're not watching us live right now. Be silly, be honest, be kind. That is us. Yeah, we're not necessarily always kind, depending on our mood and what we're talking about. But It is what it is.
Take care, folks. Have a good one.
Okay, we're going to try to do this every weekday morning, but there are going to be times where it's going to be either later in the day or we may skip a day here and there. Because, you know what happens literally sometimes.
It does. Like, absolutely.
Okay, we're ending. opening it.